Hello, Education 380, Education 500. Hope you're having a good week. We're actually getting close to the end here. You probably noticed that a little bit with the assignments. They've been kind of a little more broad and things like that. Also, hopefully you notice some of the grades have been pouring in now that advising's done. Still busy, but now that I'm getting kind of the advising time is usually my grading time. Hopefully stuff has been starting to trickle in by the time you're watching this. Should be caught up hopefully by the end of the week, but I'll do my best. And with all that being said, just to kind of give an overview for the week, the big thing we're going to do this week is fun tech. This isn't going to be a long video, but I wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page with the assignment. Also, I do want to talk just a minute or two about the VR things. I have some materials up and other videos and all you're welcome to check out, but I at least want to acknowledge it. So a few other things just to make sure. A lot of you have already been doing this, but don't forget your Apple certification. You just need to take a screenshot of that certificate they give. And just to clarify, some people have emailed, you can pick the iMac or the iPad pathway, and you just need to earn those badges, and you get a little certificate at the end. And of course, if you want to do the Google Level 1 certification, you are welcome to do it. That one does cost $10, and that one you actually have to take an assessment on. Doesn't matter if you pass or fail the assessment itself. The main thing is that you take it. That's the verification I need. Also, if you're an Ed 500, only Ed 500, don't forget you have a research paper that is due. A lot of you have already emailed me and checked topics out and things like that. Sorry, I just dropped my Apple Watch. I'm going to pick it up. Why did I say Apple Watch? Wouldn't I just say my watch? And with that being said, sorry, I'm putting it on. Plus, I'm in my basement and I hear someone running up the stairs. Okay, back on track. So with all that being said, why don't we jump into it? Because I'm recording this on a Friday, and from the sounds of it, I'm ready to call it the weekend. Alrighty, couple things. One, I'm going to open these up. This will be a little bit of a combo. This week, I got to move some things up with Fun Tech, so ignore those dates on the side. But the main thing you have to do is the Fun Tech review, and I'll show you that assignment here in a second. But we'll have some VR examples up, and a lot of them are basically, I think there's a lot of science and social studies based things with the VR, but also with physical education. There's the bike rides and things like that. I've never seen anything like that actually in schools. A lot of them are more computer based. There was someone Nearpod, if you remember. I think Pear Deck has some where you can actually go around and do virtual field trips. I'm going to post some up here. I actually just stumbled upon some this morning that were even QR codes. I will admit they're mostly social studies driven and a little bit of art driven. There's one on the Louvre that's fantastic. I'll share these. There's no assignment with it. I'm not asking you to make a VR or anything like that. But if you ever want to check these out, please go right ahead. I think they're pretty cool. There's a tornado if you want to see it. Let's check it out. There's you can get the sound effects. But the links and all are right here. That wasn't really a good one. There's a Rick Star dinosaur. Let's see what this one is. I've looked at all these, but a lot of the BBC Earth stuff's pretty cool. If you remember that show that was on.
Hello, and welcome to the Earth as it was.
We'll jump ahead. Richard Attenborough is talking a little bit here. There's some of the dinosaur stuff. Some of these now actually have glasses and things like that you can do.
Tons. It weighed
but
as much as
with that being said,
African.
I just want you to check them out. I feel like Mythbusters, there was a VR thing on that. Sorry, I'm fighting allergies. That's just the VR. There's no assignments due with that, though. And since I'm babbling a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead. Also, I will have this up. This might help with Fun Tech. This was a conference I went to back in the fall. This was 50 Nifty Tech Tools. You are welcome to check it out. I'm going to download it because I'm on Safari and sometimes it doesn't open in Brightspace. But fear not, it is open now. And that was the presenter. I want to make sure to give him his proper due. But he had tons of tech in here. And I'm showing you this for a reason. You can check this out. I have another list. Some of this, it's a little bit of everything. I know we have a lot of elementary, we have physical education, art, social studies, English, science. There is a little bit for everyone on here. Some of it deals with older students, younger students. This is 50 tech day or 50 nifty techs. Like I say, feel free to check it out. It's a lot of this might be stuff we've talked about in this class. Some of it may be stuff that isn't. Like there's Classcraft. I just talked about that last week. We didn't do anything with it, but it was the classroom management. As you can see, there's one on Nearpod. But there's also, there's Cami. Cami is actually something I probably need to start incorporating into this class. And shame on me for saying that out loud, but it really is true. And this is like a little bit of self-reflection. I've seen more and more people start to use this. It might be something you want to check out. I know Jefferson County is starting to push it a little more. And it has to do with ways that you can take PDFs and you can start to write on them. So you might want to check Cami out. I'm not going to go through the whole list here, but please check this nifty tech things out because you actually have your big assignment this week is doing this. Sorry, I have to combine the weeks. You actually have to do something called a fun tech review. I didn't put a blog or a discussion up because I feel like the review kind of does both of those things. But basically, I'm just going to read word for word here. But below you will find some fun tech related to various content. I put a few more down there if you want to check them out. You're not bound to this list. Check out your content area and select 2 of the technologies. You can do anything from the nifty tech list. I actually have my own list I've created. It'll be posted also. It's got about 75 different techs on there. And I basically, after you check out some of the techs, I want you to review 2. And I do want to stress 2. Sometimes people just do 1 and then they wonder why they only get half the points. It's because you have to review 2. It cannot be something that you've done before, but it can be something like the week that we did Nearpod. If you didn't do Paradeck and you want to give Paradeck a roll, go for it. As long as you haven't done it, you can try it. If it's a tech I've never heard of, some people have sent me some techs that they've seen in the class. Please review it, talk about it. These things actually help me because it helps me keep up to date a little bit. If you've been out in the field, I have a feeling about 95% of the people who are in this class have been out in the field. If you've seen something that your cooperating teacher's using and you really want to talk about it and review it, that is fine. As long as it's something you have not done a project on. So you can't do Google Classroom, Edpuzzle. If you did Wakelet but didn't do Padlet and you want to give it a go for it. But at the end of the day, what I want you to do is I want you to pick 2 texts that you haven't touched in this class. And I want you to write a solid paragraph review for each one and just give it a star, 1 to 4 stars. 4 the best, 1 the worst. If you want to be funny or cute, you can do fresh ratings and you can do 0 to 100 and certify something fresh. I think to be certified fresh, it has to be what, 70% and over. Some of the tech, like it says here, you can use in the classroom. Again, this is not an end-all be-all list that's below here. You are welcome to go for something else that you're familiar with. These were just ones when I first started it. I started to accumulate some stuff. So there's a couple of lists on here. Like I said, this is especially true for an area like PE, where I think sometimes, you all have very unique tech that you use. This might be something where if you're going to use something out in the field, go ahead, acknowledge it, write a review on it, and say what it does. I think a lot of times I've seen with the PE, a lot of people like to use the ones that there's a lot of music-based techs that people have seen out in the field, and they've done some stuff. So as you can see there, I was kind of dancing with the music-based tech, not text. That's it. That's the main thing you have to do. You just got to find 2 texts this week that you haven't used and done it. Also, if you have time, check out the VR stuff. I will probably be sending out a lot of emails with some VR stuff if you want to check out. Like I say, I just found the ones with the QR codes that I really liked, and they're really cool. I like to use the VR stuff when I taught, and again, this is social studies, but I did use a lot for things like field trips. Like, again, I think I mentioned this with Nearpod, but if we were talking about the Smithsonian, and there are some VR Smithsonian stuff, you can like walk the halls and check stuff out. And I would do them almost like scavenger hunts. Like I say, there's some on the Louvre. Actually, you know what? Excuse me, I'm fighting allergies a little bit. But Louvre virtual tour. I think if you're art, yep, there it is. The online tours, the Louvre. You can do some pretty cool things with there. Let's see if we can do launch virtual tour. A lot of times you'll hear them call virtual tours, but See if we can do some stuff. This might be a little better than the videos. Oh yeah, this is what I'm really, there you go. We'll take them. We're taking those cookies. But as you can see, you can walk in. Should be able to scoot around the room a little bit. This is how I would use, these were more the virtual realities I did. There are so many of these things now. And, you know, I was thinking, even like I say, there are ones that where you move. I have seen schools that have like the biking ones that you can kind of do for activities and you can act like you're running. Heck, Apple's kind of got some of those things now with the exercise such stuff. That's kind of it though. That's for the week. I hope everyone's hanging in there. We're getting close to the end, but the main thing you need to do this week, 2 technologies and 2 technologies that are fun and you have not used before. And I just want to double check one thing for our 500 students. Sorry, I know you're kind of getting this is not the most professional video in the world. I think I even have light exercise equipment behind me. Pandemic's over, I guess. Well, no, it's not over. So we'll just kind of say it's still a unique situation. All right, let me look down here just for our 500s. Again, this is only for 500. This is not for 380, but I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. The research paper, don't forget the research paper here is due. Actually, I have those backwards on here. That's why I wanted to look, and it struck me. That is fine. I tell you what, for 500, in case this question is asked, I don't care which one you do. If you, just as long as you get one of these 2 into me, that's fine. If it's easier for this week for you to do the Fun Tech review, please do. I've noticed that on my dates. That's why I thought I caught and had everything like in line. But if you want to go ahead and knock your research paper, that's out fine. So for 500, I'll take either one. For 380, you do need to have your Fun Tech review in. So glad I pulled that up. I knew there was something a little quirky. I wanted to give everyone a little wiggle room for 500 if you needed it. So, and actually, I'll be perfectly honest with you, 380. I may just leave the Fun Tech review open till the 24th, just to give everyone the time, because I'm catching up on grades anyway. So why don't we just say that? Well, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it right now. I will leave Fun Tech open till the 24th, and then 500, make sure you have your papers in by the 24th also. That'll give me enough time to get caught up on grades, and we'll see where we're at with everything. Okay, I think that should kind of wrap up everything. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and tell everyone, whoops, that's a new share. I don't want that. Stop share. Whoops. We'll X that out. That should do it. I hope everyone is surviving the semester. Thanks again for bailing. Thanks again for bearing with me and on my babbling and things like that. But we should be done. Finish up. Got a couple more weeks. Have a good weekend. Well, have a good week. I'm filming this on a Friday. I will try, and you will know by the time you watch this, I will try to have this up and posted on Sunday afternoon so everyone can kind of get going on it. So have a good weekend.